we're all usually coping to some, to some degree with different stressors. Some are healthier coping strategies than others. What would some tips be for, from your point of view, maybe before it tips over into that kind of red flag burnout hit?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we all need to try and wrap our heads around is that we don't always have to continuously keep working. We do need to learn to take healthy breaks. Those breaks need to happen at a fairly regular interval. They need to be not just breaks where you're traveling and you're on a vacation, so to say, for a few days or weeks. The break is also needed on a day-to-day basis, sometimes every few hours during the course of the day as well, to be able to give your mind a little bit of a rest. I think that is something which is very important when you're looking to coping with stress. Taking a break is extremely important at regular intervals, daily, weekly, over months. That is something which is very critical. Don't look at yourself as a machine which can just keep churning out productive ways of engaging with different stimuli that you need to at your workplace. I think that's something which is very, very crucial. I think the second aspect, which is very critical when you're looking at managing your coping, is to learn to accept also your emotional experiences as you're going through different scenarios at work. A lot of times, people anticipate or expect that if you're in a workspace and there is feedback which is coming at you, or there is a certain challenge that you're experiencing at work, that you should be fairly impervious to the kind of impact that it has on you. So there should not be any fluctuation significantly in terms of your emotional experience of that state. But that's not how we can really function. It's something which is very crucial to always remember, that any situation, good or bad, will create some sort of an emotion, and embracing that emotional experience is important. That allows you to also cope with that situation, because once you embrace your emotional experience, you will be able to activate yourself towards working to resolving that situation as well. So that's something which is critical. The third part, which I do believe is a very, very critical part of coping, is to identify who are your support systems. You need to be able to know who are the people that you can reach out to for different types of concerns that you may have in your life. There will be certain people who can give you advice related to work. There are certain people who may be great to talk to if you're having personal struggles. There would be certain people who can help you chart out your growth related trajectory, who would be more in the mentor advisor kind of space. You need to be very clear on who are these people in my life. Sometimes people get stuck in managing stress in their life because they just don't know, where do I turn, who is it that I talk to. And your uh, typical mechanism of coping, which may involve just stepping out and meeting with friends or having a good time, may not be sufficient. You may need to actually have a conversation, which means that you need to become comfortable with the idea of sharing, exchanging notes. And remember that you will not get judged for that aspect of talking about and discussing where is it that you are getting stuck. I think somewhere we need to break these molds and shatter these stereotypes which have built up in our mind, where we need to come across as these perfect individuals who can navigate every aspect of work in the best possible manner. It is okay for you as an individual to feel that certain situations are very difficult, to be able to share that something is not resonating with you, or it's creating some sort of a challenge for you, it's increasing your stress. And the more you're able to do this, you will realize that over a period of time the stress does not build up, because a large part of the stress is coming from the pressure that is getting created on you internally. So I think these few things are very, very crucial for us. And of course, the organization plays its own role, as does your support system. But it's extremely important for us to keep at least these few basics in mind when you're looking at coping with stress. Besides, manage your sleep and make sure that you have healthy ways of living your life, and you practice good practices, which involve, don't take excessive alcohol, don't indulge in substances. Doing all of that is absolutely essential. Lifestyle management is very crucial, but these other pieces are also very, very critical.